In this video, I'm going to talk about why I've left Facebook and why I think very few people will follow me. Looks like we've got a nice crop of eggs today. I think things came to a head the other day when someone was trolling everything I put on my timeline. Now, yeah, I could go through the motions of unfriending them and blocking them, but it's getting a bit of a repetitive thing. I don't want to spend my life just repeating the same things, and I think what's happening, certainly from my experience, is that there wasn't very much interaction on my page anyway. So I'd post up, say, videos, and yeah, a small amount of interest. But what I was getting was specific individuals just trolling and put negative comments on my feed, and I thought, why am I using this platform if it's causing a lot of negativity and unhappiness? I'm not getting very much out of the platform. But even prior to that, the previous week, one of my Facebook friends had her accounts hacked, and it turned out that there was about 50 million Facebook accounts hacked, and you kind of thought they would have perfected the art of security by now, Facebook, but obviously not. And so I did feel very sorry for her, and it's totally unfair. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. And so I decided there and then I would put my final Facebook post up there, and basically it says that I was closing my account, and I mentioned the things that I've said. I thanked everyone. After I'd posted that on my timeline, I printed out all my friends on my Facebook accounts and messaged them individually saying, as you can see, I'm going. If you still want to keep in touch with me, here's my mobile telephone number, here's my email account. I would say about perhaps, I don't know, maybe 25% of my friends, if that's, got back in touch with me. Some of the similarities in terms of what they were saying to me is, yes, we totally resonate with what you're saying. I'm frustrated with Facebook, and this is what the commonality was. This, it's almost like Hotel California, you can't leave. But I have friends, I have relatives on Facebook, and that's the only way they can communicate. Or I've got a Facebook page with X number of likes and underneath it. So I think it's the psychology of previous investment that people think, well, if I do delete their Facebook, I will suffer some sort of loss. Now, I'm not saying that even what I've done, it's going to be easy for me. This is not an easy decision. There will be sort of perhaps consequences in terms of trying to communicate with people and customers and things like that. But I think this will be a short-term loss. I think one of the issues I've got, especially with my the issue with perhaps the troll, the troll I had, for want of a better word, she was one of my friends, and I think there's some psychology about this when the people on Facebook who you network with are called friends, because you kind of expect certain obligations to each other if you're a friend. You wouldn't expect a friend to sort of perpetually badmouth you if it was a face-to-face three-dimensional world type of relationship. But because it's on a virtual system, and people can hide behind either their laptop, their computer, their iPhone or whatever, that people think there's no holds barred. What I've said to people about Facebook, it's a toxic platform. So what I've done is I've opened up a Twitter account. I'm planning to start a website in the near future, and I'll be looking at alternative means to share my message, encourage customers and friends, but I think it will be on my terms now. I think there's something more honest perhaps about paying a hosting company to host your content, whether it's on WordPress or some other means. There's something honest about that, because I think where the model with Facebook is flawed is the only way they can make ends meet is by advertising and using the data in some means. It's probably quite an expensive business for them to have these very large server farms where they have to store all the photos and various other nonsense which Facebook users generate. It must cost them money. They're not a charity. They kind of have to pay the electricity bill and the server farm costs. But there's lots of good quality free software where if you really want to start a social platform or social media, you could use various WordPress plugins as an example. There's other means of doing it. There's lots of other platforms, but I think what people should bear in mind is when they're on a platform, say even like Twitter, it's not their at the end of the day, it's not their page, it's not their platform. They're kind of just squatting on it, albeit by the consent of Twitter. Twitter could chuck you off anytime they want. And if you look at what's happened to Alex Jones, not that I'm a big fan or anything like that of him, he's been deplatformed. So I think it's important that people actually buy or rent some hosting space and create their own platform. I think that's more honest, and people can then be autonomous. So that's all I have to say on this, but if you like what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, like it, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave some comments below and I'll get back to you. So thank you for watching. What I'm finding a little amazing is, look at that. Look at all the pollen these bees are dropping, and they're making a very yellow mess on the base. But good God, I don't know what they're foraging on at the moment. I mean, this is the beginning of October. I mean, it's been quite mild. I just don't know.